Chapter 2, Lesson 2 is dealing with percents. We're going to be changing percents to fractions and fractions to percents. First thing is to know that a percent is always out of 100. It's always out of 100%. First, I'm going to change a percent to a fraction. So we have 30%, and like I just said, a percent is always out of 100. So we're going to put 30 over 100. Now we're going to reduce that and put that into its simplest form. So both 30 and 10 can be reduced by, 30 and 100 can be reduced by 10. 30 divided by 10 is 3, and 100 divided by 10 is 10. So 30% as a fraction is 3 over 10, or 3/10. Now we're going to change a fraction to a percent. Two ways we can do this. One way is if we can get our denominator and change it to 100%. So that can be done by multiplying 10 times 10 equals 100, and 2 times 10 equals 20. So 20 over 100 is 20%. The other way is to do it by division. Just like we did in chapter 1, when we have a fraction, I call the top numerator Jack, because Jack is in the box. So this would be 2 divided by 10. We add our decimal, add a 0, and 10 into 20 goes 2 times. So this would be 20%. Now I went over with them because they might think this is 2%, because they see a 2 instead of a 20. 0.2 is 20%. 0.02 is 2%. And then it goes for all the numbers between 1 and 9. 0.7 would be 70%. 0.07 would be 7%. Sometimes you'll get a fraction that you can't change to 100. For example, we have 6/8, and they want you to change that to a percent. So 6/8, they reduced it to 3/4. Once you reduce it to 3/4, it's easy to change the denominator to 100, which they did down here. 4 times 25 is 100. 3 times 25 is 75. So your answer would be 75. But I know a lot of kids get confused by reducing it and then changing it to 100. So the other way you can do this is taking 6/8 and dividing 6 divided by 8. 8 into 60 goes 7. 60 minus 56 is 4. Add your 0, bring it down. 8 into 40 goes 5. And your answer is 75%. To me, this way is easier, and I show them this way instead of reducing and then changing it to 100. But if they would like, either way is fine as long as they get the correct answer. Here we have 9/12. We're going to change this to a percent. Now you can reduce it. You get 3/4, which 3/4 is a fraction that they should know by heart that it equals 75%. Because if you have 4/4 to make $1, that's 100. And you have 3/4, that's 75 out of 100, so that is 75%. Or you can do it by dividing 9 divided by 12. And 12 into 60 goes 5. And you get 75%. So let's do a couple of the homework problems from tonight. For number 1 through 4, we're changing a percent to a fraction. So 20% is out of 100. I'll reduce this by 20, and I'm going to get 5. Reduce that by 20, and I'm going to get 1. So my answer for number 2 is 1/5. Number 4, put that over 100. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 100 divided by 4 is 25. So my answer for number 4 is 1/4. For number 5 through 8, write each fraction as a percent. Use a model if needed. So let's take a look at number 7. We have 7/20. One way is I can multiply 20 times 5 to get 100, and 7 times 5 to get 35. So my answer would be 35%. Or I can go 7 divided by 20. And then 20 into 10, bring down my 0. 20 to 100 goes 5. So 35%. Either way, I get the same answer. Then there's number 8, 11 over 25. Well, I know 25 times 4, because I think of 4 quarters, equals 100. And 11 times 4 equals 44. So number 8 is 44%. So a couple of word problems. For number 11, a survey showed that 82% of the youth most often use the internet at home. What fraction of youth surveyed most often use the internet somewhere else? Now this one was a little tricky. We want to know what fraction of youth surveyed most often use the internet somewhere else. So it's always out of 100%. 82% use the internet at home. So 100 minus 82 equals 16. So 16 people use it somewhere else. So now we're going to change that to a fraction. 16 out of 100. And then we reduce. Real quick, made a mistake. Should be 18 out of 100. 100 minus 82 was 18. So sorry about that, it's been a long day. So 100 minus 82 is 18. I reduce this. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 100 divided by 2 is 50. And I cannot reduce that anymore. So for number 11, my answer is 9/50. Now you're probably waiting for number 13, and I can't do it all for you, but I will try to help you a little bit. Use a table to determine the percent of students, what percent of students prefer school uniforms, and what percent do not prefer school uniforms. What is the relationship between these two percents? So they want to know what percent likes them, what percent doesn't. So the first thing you need to do is find the total, and this total will be your denominator, which is 25. Now from there, I think you know what you need to do. So try it, and we'll check it tomorrow.